8 o'clock. We are live. Hello, everyone. I know this is like the new year of the live stream, and check this out. My amazing light. It's in my background. Although the setup is kind of ugly, but hey, it is what it is for now. Okay, I'll figure it out in the future. Today we're doing live stream answering to all your most random questions, and I'm going to count them. 100 of them, and I'll be done of today. I know some of you might have some questions, so with that said, I need to do my intro. Hello, my Choo family. I'm your fun-loving epic blogger, Tom Choo. This will be better for me to edit later, so I can intro this. Today, I'm going to answer all your questions, 100 of them to be exact, but I don't know when it comes to edit, it's going to be 100 of them. So stay with me. And if you want to ask me any questions, please leave in the comments. Hopefully it's appropriate so I can answer you all. Anyway, it is a live stream, so it takes time for people to kind of show up. Like if I start at the dot, people pretty much going to show up at the end of the live stream. So I'm going to take my time, slow myself down, and just enjoy as the questions comes in. Of course, I know not all of you have questions for me. So I have decided to just go online and to find some questions so I can answer to you as random as possible. Okay, random does not mean boring. I'm looking for some questions that can be interesting. But if you actually have any question that you want to ask me, please just leave in the comments and hopefully I can answer. I hope. Anyway, so let's go look up some questions. Let me go to Google and find some questions. Ooh, there's one that's 800 random questions. I think I might be able to find some good ones here. Should I just go down the list? Oh, these questions are very basic. I want some random questions. So let's see where I can find some random questions. If you're watching this, please say hi in my live stream on YouTube so I can know you're in. Because the problem with live stream on StreamYards is that I won't be able to see who comes on unless you actually show me who you are. So tell me who you are, what's your name, where are you from, and what time is it over there? Because I know if it's in the East Coast, it's 11 p.m. right now. So you are probably sleeping or whatnot. So hopefully my voice can soothe you into a sleep. Oh, hi, Leeway. I know you're going to edit this later, so just so you know, please ask some easy question for me to answer, okay? Okay, your question is, why can't I find a sugar daddy so I can stop working? I'm going to put this down. Okay. Oh, that's a good question, Leeway. But I think that question is more towards you, isn't it? You're asking me why you can't find a sugar daddy so you can stop working. But I want you to keep working. Oh, by the way, if people don't know, Leeway is one of my editor for some of the contents that if you see in the description, you'll see his name. That means those video has been edited by Leeway. So, and also I'm going to post his website on in the description. So check him out, even though it's in Brazilian, Portuguese. So I mean, go support if you can, right? Um, why can't you find a sugar daddy, Li Wei? Let's talk about that. Why can't you find a sugar daddy? Why do you need a sugar daddy though? Feel like I'm doing a therapy session right here. But why do you want to find a sugar daddy? Why is it because of the stability, or is it because of why? What does it mean as a sugar daddy? Like, what qualifies a sugar daddy? I'll ask you, whoever that's on here, what qualifies as a sugar daddy? That would be interesting, isn't it? Like, what I mean of a sugar daddy is someone who can take care of you, someone who loves spend money on you. Um, what else? Someone who like your company. I think those are qualified as a sugar daddy, no? Um, you just want to be rich. Well, how rich are you talking about? Are you talking about multi-million or billions, or you know, how much do you how wealthy do you want to be to consider as rich? No, today's stream it's all about just chatting and answering all these questions, because as you all know, I am very close to 4K hours. So the what I definitely need more watch times. So I use this time to just answer all your questions. If you have some random questions that needs to be answered, please ask me. Um, Otherwise, you can just keep watching me. That's pretty much what this this live stream is all about. It's me starting the new year, trying to do more live stream, and I don't know what to do, so I ended up just being on this channel. Do I need to do to get my watch hours? Get it? Are you really gonna do the tarot card readings? Hey, by the way, that might be an interesting question. Um, I I don't know if I should do tarot card reading. I don't even think tarot card reading is something that I enjoy in doing. I think I have the ability of doing it, but that doesn't mean I I want to do it as a living. Although I did work at a tea shop as a tarot card reader for a a year before I transferred my college. I transferred into another my community college to the university. So I don't know. Uh, in case you just got on here, I'm going to answer 100 questions. So I'm also going to put it down here so Leeway can actually help me to edit them. It is going to be 100, so I am counting too. Is it hard to learn how to read the cards? Is it hard to read? I don't think so. Um, okay, let me share a little bit about how I learned of doing tarot card reading. I remember when I was 20, very early 20, or maybe even, no, 18. Yeah, I think I was 18, 19, or somewhere there. Um, I remember I had my girlfriend at that time. Um, I was coming to the US and I was really into horoscopes. So she told me that maybe I can pick up the book and do tarot card readings like while you're on the plane because 13 hours of flying to the US was a long time. So I could pick up a book and then just start reading. So I used to tell people that I learned tarot card reading in the sky. And pretty much that's what happened. I memorized all the 78 cards while I was on the plane. So when I got down here, I was be able to start practicing it with my friend and a book, right? That's how I kind of started. I was just reading it and then just go with some spreads that I was following with the book. And I just did it and then I asked for accuracy and that's how I kind of got into it. People were asking me all these questions, random questions or whatever, and I would just reading it as we go and learning as I go. And slowly I became more, sometimes you remember the meaning of the cards. It's because of you remember someone or some incident or some situation that tied closely with the cards. And that's how I became, uh, I wouldn't say I mastered it, but that's how I kind of learned it. That was a long question, but I don't know. It is not hard to learn the cards, but to really be able to read it from a perspective that you are not using your emotion to guide a person can be challenging sometimes. Some people do say if you read your own cards are not going to be accurate. I think it's because you have a lot of emotions that ties to the cards when you read, so you cannot read it from a perspective that is more logical and that sometimes will interrupt your intuition. I hope that make any sense. Um, Thank you. I actually cut my hair myself, so this is not not Sandy Cheeks doing. Okay, I cut my own hair. I'm glad that you like my hair, Liwei. This video is gonna be an hour long. Yeah, you stick around so you can actually take some notes so you know how to edit this video. This video is all about answering all your 100 random questions, and I'm going to stop once all the 100 questions hit. And if you don't have any questions, I'm going to look up for some questions so I can answer, so I can get this video more smoother. But I'm just here because I need watch times, and you want to watch me, so hey, win-win. I don't know what you're doing on your Thursday night, but um, please tell me who you are and let me know what you like to do on your weekends. I don't know. I feel like I'm keep asking questions. Where's Queen Sandy? Uh, Queen Sandy is on her Instagram right now. So if you want to check her out, please go on to Sandy Cheeks on the Instagram and you can definitely see her. She's not here today because I am the one who needs the watch time and she's out there probably eating her food right now. So um yeah, that's that. I need to put down all the questions that Liwei has asked. This is the fourth question. I guess I can start putting down the number of the questions. But since I just go by what whatever you type in the comments, and then live stream will be able to pop it on my screen so you can see it. Um, yeah. How old is your cat? How old is my cat? I don't really know because I got her from the shelter, but they say she was approximately about 2 years, 2 years old. And then we had her for a year now, so she's now 3 years old. She's currently sleeping right next to me. So I was going to pick her up and show you, but don't want to interrupt her sleep. I know she's an old lady. She sleep early. I don't know why. Mm, thank you, Liwei. Yes, she's adorable. She was actually on my channel on the previous videos. So if you like to check them out, please also go on my playlist and watch. Does your brother speaks English? Yes, he does speak English. He actually came here with me. We actually, our family immigrated here back in 1997. So even my sister was not born here, actually. But she was like what, two, three, something like that. I don't know. I forgot. She was really young when she was here, so she was her Chinese is not that good, but yeah, her English is better than mine. But my brother does speak English. He went back to Taiwan for a couple years, but yeah, he's fluent in English. He just doesn't like to talk that much, so that's why he's always seems like really shy. Is Sandy the youngest? Yes, she is the youngest. Yep. Although she likes to take care of everybody, so a lot of people think that she's older. Not from her look, it's from her personality. That's why I like to say it. um, by the way, if you have any questions, please fire away. I am at the eighth questions, and hopefully I have all the answer to your questions. Your brother is cute. Oh, I'll tell him I'll tell him that, and then he'll probably say thank you. Um, I am answering all the random questions, so ask me anything. I don't care. I would love to answer all of your questions. Uh, a lot of people were asking me about would you rather questions, like this. What would you rather throw away? Love or money? Ooh. What would you rather throw away? Love or money? I don't know. What would you all throw away? Love or money? This question is tricky for me because I will want to ask, are we talking about love as in passion, or are we just talking about love in relationships? Because I would most likely to keep my passion. So I don't know if love consider as part of passion. If that's the case, then I will throw away money. But if passion is not part of the love, for instance, like the relationship, I will keep that money. Hope that makes sense. Which one do you think is harder? Um, English or Chinese? Well, the thing is, I learned uh I learned Chinese when I was really young, so Chinese is not hard at all. But for someone who wants to learn Chinese, it is quite hard because all these pronunciations and everything. But I personally find English is hard as hell because they are words that literally don't mean anything, but it is what it is. It is the way that you say it. For instance, uh, I was trying to think of something. But yeah, sometimes words over the like sometimes the words don't pronounce the way that is it look. And that's the one thing that is really hard for someone who try to learn English. Uh, that's that. I hope that make any sense. Oh, we are at the 10 question mark. Is there any country that you would love to visit after Miss Rona is over? Is there any country that you would love to visit? Yes. Let me put it down. Is there any country that you would love to visit after Miss Rona is over? I would love to visit Japan, um, Taiwan, and China. As crazy as it sounds, I have never been to China, mainland China. So I love to go to Beijing, Xi'an, um, Shanghai. Yeah, and I actually want to revisit Hong Kong because I used to go to Hong Kong a lot with my family, but ever since we come to the U.S., we stopped going there at all. So I kind of miss. I want to see how Hong Kong is. So, and if you have any question, by the way, I am answering all of your questions. So fire away in the comment section. I can answer from this range to that range. So ask. Hopefully it's appropriate. If it's inappropriate, then we'll figure out how I can answer it in an appropriate way. What's up, Mark? James? I'm here to answer all the random questions because I need some watch times for me to be monetized. So I opened up this platform. This is my first live stream of the year, and I like to keep doing live streams. And now I just want to do some live stream, but I don't know what to do. So I decided to answer all your random questions. So fire away if you have questions that you want to ask me. Rated R questions allowed? Well, that's a question. So I'm going to put it down. Yes. How rated R it is? Is it? Do you think 2022 is gonna be a good year? Do I think 2022 is? Yeah, I think so. The reason why I say that is because I am going to get monetized, so it will be exciting. This will definitely be a fun year for me because I am very close to there, so it will be a good year for me at least. I don't know if for you, but everyone has some form of Lee in there. Yeah, but one is lead though. Lay. You've kissed within the last 12 months. Okay, so have I kissed for the last 12 months? Yes. To my cats. I hope that helps. I can't. Every day I kiss my cat, okay? Rated R question. Does size matter? It depends on what kind of size you're talking about, because size do matter if you think it matters. Rated R question. Size matters? I personally think it doesn't really matter though, because it's I personally not a size queen, so I don't think size matter to me. Hope that helps. If you're asking me though, Li Wei, well, I asked you the same thing. Does size matter to you? Oh, good, Li Wei. Fire away. We're at 14 questions at this point. So, if you have more questions, please ask me. I am going to keep answering all your random questions. And hopefully they're just random, not kinky. Hope that makes sense. And Li Wei will be the one who's editing this video. So just so you know, if you want him to have some hard time to edit this video, please ask some random ask question. Oh, so it doesn't matter to you. Okay. Good for you, Li Wei. My current credit card balance. Are you talking about the balance I owe or the credit card balance of, oh no, that's credit limit. Credit card balance, which card are we talking about? I have about 12 credit cards, but almost 7 of them are not used. So I would say my current credit card balance, let me find one. Are we allowed to disclose this? I talk like someone actually is out there. I was going to be like, are we allowed to? No. My current credit card is at $581.68. That was the 15th question. We still have 85s to go. Come on. Do you like that question, Mark? I mean, do you like that answer, Mark? I feel like I should have shots or something. If the question's getting too like I don't want to answer, maybe I'll just drink a shot. But I don't have alcohols in my room. Li Wei says, I'm cutting all the parts I'm being a hoe. No worry. I'm also recording this over OBS, so you're not going to see all these banners. Yes, 2 shots. Yes. Yes. Although, I gained like 30 pounds over the weekend, not the weekend, over the holiday. So try to cut back as much as possible without doing keto. But James and Mark, if you ever want to just go out and, have a Korean barbecue or something, please invite me, or else I'll invite myself to you guys. Yeah, I don't spend that much. Yeah, I don't have, for instance, I don't really have impulse buy like personality. So I don't buy things at an impulse. I usually buy things that if I think I really need them or I'm short for something, then that's when I get it. And I will also always ask me too, is it on sale? Do I really need them? Yeah. Do you prefer your date to be younger or older than you? Good question. Oh, that's a good question. I like it. Let me write it down. Honestly, I don't care. I don't care whether you're younger or older, but my only concern is that if younger means immature, then I don't like it. If older means you're still immature, I wouldn't want to date you either. so so I guess my part of I think the age doesn't mean anything. Um of course older makes you more mature, but that's not always the case. I used to date people who are much older and they act like child. So, yep. So your fancy headphones were not impulse buy? Nope. It was actually given as one of the Amazon review uh, buyer. So I was helping to do an Amazon review on this bad boy. So I got it for free. Dun dun dun. Good question though. I like it. Keep coming. I'm ready for all these random questions. What's your favorite food? I have so much favorite food actually. Uh, I think my favorite is fish. So I really enjoy like sushi. I really like, um, for instance, Chinese dishes. I really like anything with fish, like filet of fish, even like fish fillet from those Sichuan spicy sauce. What else? But I also love meat. So I love Korean barbecue. I love any kind of meat. And that's one of the reason why I went on keto because I didn't have to give up meat and I could actually eat lots of them. What is my favorite game? Uh are we talking about dating? I mean, no. No, my favorite games in terms of console games, it's Legend of Mana. You have seen me playing that game before. That's one of my favorite, but I have a few favorites. Also, like World of Warcraft, I used to play that. Uh, I also used to love Dance Dance Revolution and like Dance Central, or Just Dance. So even though I don't think I'm a very good dancer, but I really like those games because you move with the music and then you, I don't know, lose some weight. I always say when you actually go work out so you can eat more. That's my that used to be my motto. Like I will go to the gym just because so I can eat more. Hope that helps. Um, favorite game, favorite food, what else? Favorite color. Good question. I used to like black, white, and gray. And then I love blue and red. But now my favorite color is actually pink. Shifted with moods. Yes, I have a lot of weird favorites. Are you just going down the list of my favorite things, Leeway? What are your top three cuisines and the food that is your favorite for each? Okay, very thought of. First of all, I love hot pot. I love Korean barbecue. Uh, and also I love sushi. Are these like three different type of cuisines? If we were going with food wise, I actually love food, so it's really hard for me to answer food questions. Um, I love teppanyaki. That's a one thing I love. Uh, I also love spicy sauce, so I love Sichuan food. Uh, I don't know. I have so many favorites. Ah, this is a hard question. Three cuisines. So Asian cuisines is definitely one, but if we separate them, it will be Sichuan, Japanese, and Korean. Right? Korean barbecue. So uh, steak is my favorite. Brisket is one of my favorite. Uh, Sichuan, anything spicy, whatever, and also sushi. Too many. Come on, James. This is a hard question. I think you pretty much get the sense of like what I like in terms of food, but I can always have a nice prime rib steak. Or if I go to Vegas, I love uh buffet. So anything buffet. I don't really care too much about the crab legs because I also enjoy just eating all different kind of food, varieties of food. I used to love taco because I was dating a lot of Mexicans. Not at once, but I used to date Mexicans or Hispanic Latinos. So yeah, a lot of varieties. If none of us decide to ask question, will you go on live all night? No, I will find questions. I will find questions to answer. Like for instance, I actually was googling some questions so I can answer like random questions that if people want to ask me. So yeah, I won't be here all night, trust me. But I am going to put this down as a question. What are five sauce you would keep? Meaning anything you don't mention, you won't be able to eat ever again. What are five sauces? Yeah. Five sauces. Do salt consider? Actually, just because I was on keto for a while, and also I was like doing the weight training and gyms or whatever. I think the three ingredients, three sauce, not even sauce, three three things that I can eat forever if I just put it on there and then grill it, boil it, or pan fry it. It's salt, pepper, and garlic powder, if that's even a sauce. So, so these three things. If I have these three things, I can eat anything. And I think that's the only three things I care about. Sometimes ginger powder. Okay, maybe ginger would also help. So these four ingredients, put it on a dish, I can eat it forever. I mean, I tried to eat it forever before, so I think I can always do it. And if you have questions, please fire away. I would love to answer you all. But let me put this down. Because later on, Leeway will be editing this. I need to make sure she can know where we at. Have you ever been a victim of homophobia? Good question. Yes. Uh, I have a funny story to share though. While I was out and about and being, I just came out like back in when I was 23, I think. Yeah, I don't know, back in whatever, 10 years ago. Um, there's one night I was walking down to a club and all of a sudden, because I was wearing pink that day, right? I was looking very flamboyant if possible. I know it's really hard for me to do that. But I was trying, okay? I tried so hard to a point that finally someone rolled down the window as they drove past by and then yelled faggot. And my friend got so pissed off. But I was like, wow, finally someone recognized me. Because ever since then, I had a trouble of after I came out, people are still think I'm straight. And till this day, it's still people kind of having a trouble identifying me. So yeah, it was a fun experience, but yeah, I did being a victim of homophobia. I mean, that's one, and there's more story of it, but you know, that's a fun question. Thank you for asking. Are you going to play P3? Oh, hello, D dot. Am I going to play D3? P3. Yes, I am still coming back to World of Warcraft for their phase 3, which will be next week. Um, I I told Jason that I'm going to be on here this weekend so I can pick up some weapons that I've been wanting to buy it since the phase ends. So if you don't know about this, World of Warcraft had just ended their phase 2 in the Burning Crusade Classic, and they're coming out the phase 3, which will be facing the Black Temple Illidan. And so I need to jump back in so I can purchase weapon. I kind of quit for like what, a month and a half now, just because the game got boring. But now I will be jumping back in because they now have the new instance that I have never experienced before. Maybe I can do a game streaming on this, but I'm not going to hold you guys up for this. But I will. Okay, perfect. Thank you for asking. What's your advice to someone who wants to start doing YouTube 2020? Don't do it. uh, don't do it. I'll tell you why. Because my lovely you. No, I'm kidding. Okay, if you want to do it, do it. Start now. Don't hesitate because once you hesitate, you're gonna stop doing it. But let me tell you what's going on with YouTube is since last year, YouTube will be resetting their hours. So you won't be able to get, for instance, I'm being still wanting to get 4,000 hours here for watch time. And I'm having trouble with it just because they're going to reset annually, which means by last year of today, the hours that you have watched, it's resetting. Therefore, if I had 100 hours last year during this time, they are wiped out. So I have to make at least 200 hours in order to keep myself monetized under 4,000 hours. So if you want to start your new YouTube channel in 2022, you really need to think of, do you really want to go down this rabbit hole? Because YouTube is going to, you have to work for YouTube forever once you start it. Like this is like a marriage. And YouTube said you are not going to get monetized 6 months without posting anything. So you have to constantly posting content in order to keep getting the money, the ads revenues from YouTube. So, if someone wants me to suggest them to start YouTube, you really need to think really hard of what you want to do. Is it going to be sustainable for your life? And is it going to, I don't know, if you making money on YouTube is the one thing that you're thinking about, it's harder. It's much harder now. So, hope that helps. Sauce will be hot sauce, sriracha, ranch. Oh yeah, those are spice. Sauces though, I don't really care too much for sauces. I don't really care too much for sauces. Yeah, I I don't really have a need for sauces, but I do like sesame oil. So does that count as a sauce? Does oil count as a sauce? I used to put a lot of sesame oil with salt. That's when I eat Korean barbecue. And other than that, soy sauce is not my thing. I don't really care about soy sauce. I used to eat too much of it. Uh, chili sauce. I can just have oil with hot chili and then just grind them into powder. So yeah, that's a hard question that I can really answer you, James. What is your biggest fear? It's funny that you asked this question just because recently I'm doing casting for another student short film that I'm currently casting about. Um, I came across this actress who was sharing about how she has been doing a very old actress. She has been doing theater for about 50 years or 60 years. She's old, really old. And she says she still have this constant fear of nightmares that she forgets her line before she come on stage. And I think I resonated with that because when I was doing theater, that's a one fear. That's my one biggest fear ever is that I will walk on stage and forgot all my lines. And that's it. Yeah, that's scary. I mean, what are you gonna do once you forget your line? I actually experienced that once. That's why I wouldn't want to do it ever again. Who is your favorite editor? Lee Wei, of course. That question is really quick. Moving on. Uh, if you have seen some of my videos, and if you see it in the description, you'll see edited by Lee Wei. Not all the video were edited by Lee Wei, but a lot of them were edited by Lee Wei. So thank you, Lee Wei, for helping me to edit all these things that I don't even want to see myself of. Thank you for your patience or for editing and then to make it actually look good. Thank you for making me look good. Yeah. Do you want to have kids? No. Next question. Do you think I work well with kids? I mean, answer in the comments. Do you think I work well with kids? I think that's a one more interesting question. I think um let's move on to another question. I don't want to answer that. The answer is no. I don't want to have kids. The end. What's your favorite music genre? I actually can listen to anything. I I go through phases, like from Chinese songs, Chinese pop, to K-pop. I don't think I have too much K-pop vibe, but I actually enjoy their music. I used to like trance. I used to like now I'm really into EDM, but I used to listen to classics when I'm trying to focus. But if I want to sleep, I will listen to EDM. Yeah, don't ask me why. My brain just like circuited differently. I need to be loud in order for me to be calm. I if that make any sense. And then if I really want to focus, then I would listen to classical music and sometimes jazz. Uh yeah. Yeah. So I listen to country too if I really just want to have moments. And I when I was in college, I did went through the phase of listening to heavy metal, um, rock. Yeah. And then I took history of rock and roll, so I was forced to listen to all this crazy. Yeah, I listen to anything. I love music. Yep, that was a good question. Thank you. How many platform have you posted your videos on? It really depends on what kind of video I'm posting. Instagram, I post snippets of my YouTube. YouTube is my main platform. Newsbreak is a platform. Oh, James and Mark, I have to introduce you this. Maybe you should sign it up. I can send you my referral link, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. But Newsbreak is it's almost like BuzzFeed, but it's so they're like a blog and they're running on their app and their website about news and whatever. And a lot of times, like food reviews, restaurant reviews, like that, they are and they like to do news on that. You get monetized. I actually got monetized by Newsbreak right away from the invite. So I'm sure you guys would because you guys are also doing food reviews. They don't do mukbangs, so that's the one thing. Like I post some mukbangs or taste tests, they don't like that. But if you're just putting like restaurant reviews, a vlog, a vacation, you can see why my YouTube has kind of transformed my video contents like that way. Just because Newsbreak actually get me monetized by posting those videos. And so now I can use that and also post it on my YouTube. Um, yeah, they don't have affiliations with anything, so you can actually post it away. Let me know if you want to know more about this. I would love to share it with you. That's 32 questions. I have 68 more to go. I was going to say 69, but Dida asked me my 32 questions, so I couldn't. What's your opinion on K-pop? I like them. I like them. They're very catchy, and I don't really care about the K-pop drama, but I really enjoy their songs. You know, because they used to play a lot at Rage. If you guys don't know, Rage it's an Asian queer event in LA that they happens every Friday. So a lot of Asian twinks would go there, and yeah, and then every time they would play Chinese pop and also K-pop songs, and you see all these girls, sorry, all these gay guys would dance on the dance floor in unison with the song. So that's how I kind of got involved with K-pop because I listened it at the club. Okay, that's good. Good questions. I'm glad you guys want to get to know me a little bit. So I'm happy to share whatever you want to ask me. Would you forgive cheating? Define forgive because if cheating is something that doing behind your back, if you feel bad about it, then yeah, then I don't think I will forgive that person. But lately, I feel cheating is it really depends on the person, right? So if you feel like the cheating, it's because there's more to the story. Then I don't know whether someone who consider as cheating. The reason why I'm saying this, the reason why I'm sharing you with this is someone recently has come to me and share that his husband was cheating on him. But from his husband's story is that he wanted him to go out. But I guess their communication has some issues. So I don't know if the communication is a problem and you feel like you've been cheated, then yes, I don't know if I can forgive that person because I think there's more people out there that you can date and have a life with. So I don't but if I think that way, then I wouldn't even care, right? So I would probably forgive that person. I don't yeah, it's complicated. So your question is very complicated anyway. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I will forgive, but I also don't know if I will keep holding on it. After all, I am a Scorpio, so I might hold a grudge. But we'll see. Funk is your favorite. Good for you, D Dot. I actually enjoy funk. But I like the rhythm. I don't really care too much about the lyrics. Yeah. Would you be in an open relationship? That depends on how open are we talking about, right? Because if opening a relationship meaning that you are dealing with people, here's another story is that someone decided to ask the other person. So this couple, A and B. A decided to ask B that they want to do an open relationship, but the B is asking A if he would be honest with him when they're having an open relationship. Now, A doesn't want to share anything that they have in this open relationship with the B person. Therefore, I don't think it's honest enough, and that might consider kind of cheating. So I don't know how open a relationship can be. Now, with that said, if you agree to have an open relationship, but you share everything together with another person, I think they will work, right? If you're honest with that person and tell the progress, or you're dating with someone else, blah blah blah, and then you even invite this person into like a triangle. If it works for them, it works for them. uh, does it work for me? I don't know, never had this experience, so I'll tell you when I have it. Will you though, Leeway? Will you guys, whoever is watching right now, will you be in an open relationship? Which movie you can watch over and over again and never get tired of it? Think about it. You know what movie I used to watch over and over and over again? It's The Hangover, first one. Every time when I went to, every time when I go to Vegas, I was religiously watching it because I always wanted to have a moment, like Hangover in Vegas, which I did, by the way. I had many incidents that happened when I was in Vegas, when I was younger. Um, yeah. So Hangover was something that I can watch over and over and over and never get tired with it. Uh, but I haven't watched it for a while, so I don't know. What other movies I can keep watching over and over again? No, I don't know. I don't think so. But if there's an anime that I can watch over and over and over again, Yo-Yo Hakusho. I don't know if you have ever heard about that, but it was an old anime. It's the same artist draws Hunter x Hunter. So yeah, really like that anime. Oh, if you ask me about this, I actually love a group of animator. They are called the Clamp. Clamp. They did Car Capture Sakura. They did Tokyo 1999. Yeah, they have done a lot of amazing stories, and yeah, that's a one thing that I can keep watching. I do have a collection of Yo Yo Hakusho as a manga, and also a lot of the collection of clamps. Yeah, hope this help with all these questions. Thank you for asking. It's at the 37 at this point. Uh, love to ask. I love you ask more questions. If you want to ask anything, please leave in the comments. Love to answer. What else would people ask randomly? That's watch. Random question of the day generate. What is your Starbucks order? Hey, that's a good question actually. Thank you, Li Wei. Be sure you will be excited. You will be excited to edit my video. So stay tuned. Uh, so this question is, what's your favorite? What's your Starbucks order? Black coffee, iced, no sugar. Yep. I don't know what's your favorite Starbucks order, or what do you usually order at Starbucks? But that's mine. Black coffee, no sugar. What is the strangest food you have eaten? I really want to eat a lot of bugs because I really want to try them. I The strangest food. I don't really find foods are very strange. Even like roosters' testicles, they were really popular in Asia, so I don't think that was strange. I really want to try, like, because in China there's tarantulas and also scorpions. I really want to try them. I like to try bizarre food, so strangest food you have eaten. No, I don't have any strange food that I have eaten. Food that might be bizarre to you might not be bizarre to me. So that's that. Let's see. Um, if you create a photo calendar, if you create a photo calendar, what photo would you put for November? Good question. Um, I would definitely put a photo of me having a cake because it's my birthday. So, so any photo that has a birthday cake, that's my photo of the. It would be on my photo calendar. Yep. What kind of cake would I like though? Chocolate cake. I love anything chocolate. Chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. Let's see. Are you more productive in home office or at the kitchen table or from bed? Ah, Are you more productive at home? Good question. Um, are you more productive in a home office, at the kitchen table, or from bed? I am more productive at the home office. Yep. My bed is behind me though, so pretty straightforward. Let's see. If you have any question, please ask away. I would love to answer all your random questions. So far, the most random question is: are you coming back to phase 3 in WoW? I think I would vote that as the most random question because I did not know Dida was here. So that's a random question that I think people ask me. Let's see. Keep going down different questions. Have you ever been in a car accident? Okay, that was a stupid question. Why would you be like asking me this random question? Okay, no questions are stupid. Sorry. Let's see. Have you ever been in a car accident? Yes, it was back in 2018 in Orange County. I remember so clearly because it just happened not too long ago. What else? What's your favorite baked goods? Cookie. Chocolate chips cookie. If you have not watched my previous video, I was on a live stream with my sister and I happened to finish almost a whole bucket of chocolate chips cookie because I love chocolate chips cookie. We're at 43 now. Exciting. What sort of physical exercise do you enjoy? Um, what sort of physical exercises though? So that means what sort of, maybe walking considered as physical exercise, right? So what sort of physical exercise do you enjoy? Actually, I don't really enjoy exercises, but I forced to do it. So I would say swimming. Yes, I actually enjoy swimming, although I hate the chlorine smell. That's why it's really hard for me to go to the pool. But if I have chance, I would love to go to the ocean and swim. Although my biggest oh well, someone did ask me about my biggest fear. My biggest fear is fear of sharks. So yeah, so I think that yeah, I don't know how often I will go to an ocean and swim. So, but how often would you actually see sharks, right? So, yeah, it is what it is. What book would you recommend other people to read? Good question. I used to tell people that you should read Harry Potter, but then I realized Harry Potter is too long for people to read, especially people who doesn't like to read. So I starting to recommend people to read The Alchemist. It's one of the book that I actually finished in English that I enjoyed besides Harry Potter. So yeah, I'm not too much of a reader. I love audiobooks, but I can't read. Every time I read, I fall asleep. I read scripts though. I read plays. I read things that have dialogue. I think the problem with me reading is that I can't stand descriptions. I find descriptions hard to read. So, hope that answered that question. And if you have questions that you want to ask, please ask away. Or otherwise, I'll just keep asking. I'll keep searching up random questions so I can answer, so I can keep this life, keep this YouTube life. Let's see. What's next? What's next? What are your favorite pizza toppings? Oh, good question. Yes. What are my favorite? Mushroom. I actually do like pineapple on my pizza, but not always I will put it on my pizza. I love red sauce and I love cheese. Favorite toppings: sausage, any kind of meat, chicken, steak. If people actually put it on steak, um, which by the way, I haven't eaten pizza for a long time. So yeah, I haven't eaten pizza. Maybe I should have a pizza day. Like maybe I should do my mukbang with my sister eating another pizza like at my old times because now I can eat it because I'm not on keto anymore. Um, yep, perfect. What was your last relationship? 3 years ago. No. Yes. 3 years ago. Yep. Good question. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Uh, any more questions you'd like to ask, Mark? Try to get to know me a little bit. If you have questions, please leave in the comments. I love to answer you all. And just so you know, my sister gave me this as a Christmas present, and I finally put it on the table like this. Yeah, for now, just because I don't know where else to put it. I don't know if I can mount this on the wall, so that's why I just put it there. It's cute. I like it for now. What is the greatest gift you ever received? Physically? Physically, what's the greatest gift you have ever received? I usually find gifts if they are useful. I find them the greatest gifts. So anything from a laptop, a phone, they consider as a great gift because I use it all the time. But if we're talking about something greatest, I think the most greatest gift I have ever received is I gotten to study theater and I met wonderful mentors that became who I am right now. Like I used to be really shy in front of camera, or I didn't even want to be a like as an actor or whatever. So theater really opened me up because all my mentors were amazing and just pull me out of my comfort zone. So that's the one thing that I think that was the greatest gift that I have ever received because that's how I become who I am. 3M tape. I don't know because okay, so the previous I mean the landlord paint this and it's very what is it called? Slippery. Even you see my chocolate in the back, the soundproof wall, they start falling out because it just couldn't stick on there. So I was using like the very tough sticky tapes for my soundproof, but look at my chocolate bars are like falling off already. So underwear is useful. Yes, underwears are very useful. I love collecting underwears. if I can disclose onto my YouTube live like this. But that wasn't a question. Why am I sharing this? Because I love underwear. Any color, any style. Not that I will wear them, but I like to collect them. I have a full drawer of it, like a lot. Boxer or briefs? Both. But if I would have find more better, I would like trunks. Because I like more fitted, like boxer briefs. Right. So I like boxer briefs more. But I like trunks just because they are shorter, but they're longer than briefs, if that makes any sense. What about you, Mark? What about you, Mark? Or James? Whoever's watching out there. Haidu? What do you think? What kind of underwear does Haidu like to wear? Uh, do you prefer wine or beer and why? Oh, that's a interesting question. No, that's not the favorite pizza. Do you prefer wine or beer? Why? I preferred wine if I have to choose from wine or beer, but I actually enjoy hard liquors. So if you would ask me for hard liquors, I would choose tequila, then vodka, then whiskey. Slowly, I've been liking whiskey much more than vodka. So I would say tequila, whiskey, vodka, then gin, and what else is there? Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, you do? Nice. What kind of colors? Do you like neutral colors or do you like those pop colors? What would you recommend on Netflix? I recently I watch all kinds of shows, even the Single Inferno. I was watching Single Inferno because I watched Too Hot to Handle, and then so people were telling me like, "Oh, then you should watch the Korean version of it, like like Single Inferno." And then I was watching Single Inferno. And I was like, "It was boring. It was so boring." Because Too Hot to Handle was really about like the um the sex, the body, the lust of not be able to touch it, right? But Single Inferno was like, oh yeah, we're just playing like single dates and being funny, but also very dramatic for no reason. I felt like I have to fast forward everything. Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, I couldn't. I was like, yeah, it was really hard for me to really get into it just because I had an issue with they're just being too slow. Like I feel like, oh, move on already. Come on. Although I watch a lot of Netflix shows and I always watch it with 1.5 speed, so I always rush into things. And that kind of becomes a problem with me with habits of when I watch something that's being so slow, I just want to keep fast forward. Um Hot men, yes, they do have hot men's in there, but I don't know. I see enough hot men's on Instagrams and in real life. I just feel like hot men don't. Okay, yeah. If you watch Single Inferno, I just I just felt like some of the guys are just so they're just meathead, right? Like they're just meatheads. They're not thinking through. Like I was telling people, like if I ever want to find a person who date, I think I might mentally have to be connected with this person instead of like visually connect with this person because I just can't stand some people are just dumb. So you're impatient. I am patient if I needed to be. But in general, I am, yeah, not very patient. Like I like people to just tell me cut the crap. Even though when I try to explain things, I take a longer time to explain them. And some people, most of the time, people will tell me like, what are you trying to say? Cut the crap. Just tell me what it is. Because I have a longer version of an answer. That's how I kind of get my YouTube watch time, by the way. But in terms of like personality wise, yes, I'm a little bit impatient. But Netflix shows though, I would recommend, if it's a show, I would recommend Don't Look Up. No, that's not a show. That's just a movie. But I just recently watched Don't Look Up and I really enjoyed it. So if that helps. Or I was also watching what is this show called? Oh, I like sitcoms because I think they're short and quick and kind of funny. So I was watching New Girl because my sister got me into it a long time ago. Then I was watching Schitt's Creek. I actually enjoy Schitt's Creek. I finished them all, so I really enjoy that. I think I like those short, witty jokes, or sometimes really stupid, but I enjoyed it. Cheesy, yeah. I don't mind cheesy shows. Uh, what would you recommend, Mark? In terms of Netflix, what would you recommend? Uh, and I hate Slow Driver. I don't even get me started. So there's a story I would love to share with you before you can judge me if it's a Slow Driver thing that I hate. When I was in college, there was a hard raining day that we all drive to the school, right? And then sitting right next to me, the classmate, we were talking about how horrible the driving was. And then he quickly just raised, like, point that out, saying, like, yeah, I can't believe people drive so fast in the rain. This is so crazy. I can't stand it. And I was looking at my classmate. I was like, oh, I was gonna say the opposite. I could not stand when people are driving so slow when it's raining. And that's how much I hate. Even like people, even when there's raining, I still feel like people are driving way too slow. There you go. I really into it. Eat it crowd. Is that a show? I don't know. Never heard of it. Uh, British. I have a problem understanding British English. So, but I do enjoy some of their British humor. I don't know what kind of British show I've seen. I have seen a lot of shows since Netflix. Uh, what was that show that was really big? Uh, that was they were British speakers. What is this like the love whatever during that time? Downton Abbey, that type of thing. What was it? Uh, Although I do watch a lot of animes, so and also like weird sci-fi stuff, like the magicians, um, I'm actually looking at Netflix now, so I can tell you what I have watched. The Umbrella Academy. I actually know the Asian guy in there. We used to act together. And he's now famous, and I'm not. So whatever. I'm bitter. I don't particular like action movies or action shows just because I feel like there's not too much things to it, but I still watch it while I'm washing dishes or whatever. Mr. Bean. Oh, okay. Yeah, I watched Mr. Bean. I thought that it was brilliant just because Mr. Bean doesn't speak that much, and it was funny. Like I, I guess that's the physical comedy, right? I really enjoy that physical comedy too. Oh, so that's British humor? I don't know that. Uh, oh, recently my friend has been like watching this show. It was really good. Bridgerton, there you go. Bridgerton was really good. I would, if you like shows, Bridgerton is something I enjoyed. I'm not too much a fan of a documentary, even though sometimes I do watch documentary, but I'm not a fan of documentary. I did watch Pose, um, but I haven't finished the last season. Oh, great questions, all. Uh, what do you guys like to watch? Please even leave in the comments. I'd like to know more about you all. Or else I'm just going down the questions. Um, do you enjoy the sex scene in the Bridgerton? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Squid Game. Okay, so I actually had this weird dream of Squid Game in my dream. Not Squid Game, but it was a dream that it was in my head that happened to almost formed into like a Squid Game type of scenario. I'll share it with you guys next time because you didn't ask this question, and I'm not going to share it because it's true law. I do love sex scenes in all kinds of movies. So I did even watch Sex Education. I thought that movie was, I mean, that show was, I like the first season better than the second season. Yeah, I do enjoy a lot of sex scenes. Yep, that answers your question. I'm going to put it down as a question. Do you enjoy the sex scene in Bridgerton? They say the Dukes like to um what how do they say it? They say the Dukes uh something hump like whatever. Have you done steamy scenes in your acting career? Good question. Steamy as a sex scene? No. But I have done a scene that we were playing two people who got off from the bar, who got so drunk, so start taking off the clothes. But we only take our top, but we constantly making out from the door to the house, if that makes any sense. Um, I did do a butt naked scene, but didn't really show any frontal. And it was in black and white, and I was really fat, so whatever. Nobody will want to watch it, and it's nowhere to be found. So I'm not going to tell you where it is. What else have I done? No, yeah, that's it. I don't really do any like steamy scenes. I don't think people find me as a sex appeal type of person. They find me more funny than anything else. Okay, so Hope that answer. Maybe one day, like the chubby boy next door will find their true love and then start like making out with someone. I don't know. I'm dreaming, right? You can you can only dream in Hollywood sometimes. Look it up. You won't be able to find it, trust me, because it was not published anywhere. It was submitting to a festival, and we won nothing. It was one of the director who really enjoy of filming something artistic. So it was very artistically shot, but it did not really have a significant story. So they didn't win any game any festival. So that maybe because the actor was just chubby and ugly. So you can never find it. But thank you for trying to look it up, though. I am currently competing with another Tom Chu on Google. He's a guy from UCLA. Every time when I try to Google my name, he will pop up. He's like in the UCLA math. I think he is like the teacher or something, a researcher, and his picture is seriously like right in front of me. Like if you do the Google search of Tom Chu, then you see his picture first, then you see my picture, and I'm like, how come? I'm not even famous compared to a UCLA teacher. That's just whatever. If you have any question, please ask in the comment section, just so you know. We're at the 53 question. So we will be on the 50th fourth if you have any question. My Chinese name is Chou. The funny part about this name is that actually my real Chinese name is Zhou Yixun. Zhou is my last name, which is nothing like Chu. We addressed this on one of the live stream with my sister. It's because when I was coming to the US, the person who translated my passport into English, she translated wrong. So I stuck with CHOU, but my family actually spelled it differently. So Zhou Yixing is my Chinese name, even though some people say like, oh, it sounds more Korean. I think it's the Shin part that people think is more Korean, but I don't know. Mark, you know better. Good question. Good question. Firing up. We're at 1.5 hours now. So if someone who's watching it for 1.5 hours, thank you. That's 1.5 hour watch times for me. And I'm truly grateful because I am 700 away from getting monetized. So thank you. Thank you for watching. I'm only halfway to go. Will you eat a snack right now? No, but I would like to drink water. No, I wouldn't. I just had dinner, so my dinner consists of chicken steak. Like, was it chicken breast? Yeah, it was chicken breast steak with Brussels sprouts. So I'm trying to cut weight. Okay, I gained 30 pounds in the holiday, so I really want to cut back somehow. But it's not progressing. I don't know what's going on with my body right now. Maybe it's still recovering from keto, but I'm just like keep gaining weight for no reason. I've been going to a gym almost like 5 times a week, but I don't see any result. I feel like I keep telling myself it's just muscle that I'm gaining, so I'm gaining weight. But I don't think that's really likely the case. So, hope that answered your question. Will you eat a snack now, Mark? What kind of snack will you eat? Ramen? You know, my friend used to just like crack ramen noodles like into small pieces and start eating it like a snack. Yeah. What? Egg egg fast diet? What is this? What kind of diet? What kind of torture are you doing to yourself? Is it because you're shedding? Because I know if you only eat protein, I think you're going to shed a lot of water weight. How many eggs do you eat a day? Like 12? Why are you doing things in from high school? Oh, is that part of your like video content? Or you're just doing it just because you want to do it? Oh, I have to keep my questions going. Is there a habit you want to change? Yes, biting my nail. Have a problem. I used to quit. I quit of biting my nail for a while, but then for some reason I start picking it back up during this pandemic. I have no idea why I keep biting my nails. Um, it's yeah. I guess it's when I'm nervous or whatever. When I'm thinking, that's when I start biting my nail. It's bad, I know, and during this pandemic, putting hands in your mouth is just horrible. So I try to stop, but I can't. I tried different methods. Like I ended like putting spicy sauce on my fingernails or whatever, and I still chew it. I don't know. Uh, you have weight loss challenge. Wow. Oh, nice. Well, how much are you thinking of you're going to lose weight with this weight loss challenge? How many people are doing this weight loss challenge? Pick up smoking and so okay. I used to smoke, so this is not going to help at all. Why would you pick up smoking to stop biting your nail? Do you smoke, Mark? Do you smoke? Um, 6 people. Okay, well that's fun. Like if you're doing weight loss challenge with your friends, I think that's more exciting than just doing it for yourself. Because you're just really competing just for the fun of it. That's good for you. Sometimes it's nice to kind of reboot your body a little bit. Just don't do it long term like me doing keto for a year and a half and I don't know, nothing is gaining. Would you rather bite your nail or smoke? I would rather bite my nails than smoke because I personally think smoking is not good for me. So, but biting my nail give me calcium. So, I think biting your nail would be more helpful than smoking to kill your lungs. I don't know. That doesn't even make sense. And sometimes a little bit of germs will help your body to, combating bacteria. Then you have to mention by well, thank you. But at the same time, I try to quit my bad habits. I don't. Okay, first of all, find a boyfriend to let you bite his nails. Okay, I would not want to bite someone else's nail. I think that's just gross. Even though I know biting my own nail is not that clean either, but yeah, no. I would not bite someone else's nail, just so you know. Unless you're like fiercely attacking me, then I'll bite your finger off. But that's just me. Do you have a guilty pleasure? Oh, this is an interesting question. Do you have a guilty pleasure, Mark? Let me ask you this. I mean, even though I'm the one who's answering all the questions, I do have guilty pleasures. Um, what depends on what kind of guilty pleasures I'll be talking about. Define guilty pleasure. Oh, that's fine. Like, I don't want to answer this question in a way that's a little bit too inappropriate. So, um, I mean, I think biting my nail can be my guilty pleasure too, right? Hot Cheetos is your guilty pleasure? I think that's my sister's too, Mark. You should eat hot Cheetos with her. Yeah. Um, guilty pleasure. Uh oh, yes. I enjoy I enjoy watching someone's pimple got popped. That's a guilty pleasure. I don't know. The feeling of it, like, or I really want to pop. Okay, I don't bite people's nail, but if you have a pimple, I would like to pop it myself. Like, I would love to help to pop your pimple. Or sometimes I like to pop my pimple. Just the feeling of it feels so amazing. That's a guilty pleasure. Yeah, there you go. I do have it. Yeah, I feel guilty. No, it's not. Although, I don't know if you. Some people do have this problem. What is it called? I used to have fear of holes. So I don't know what kind of phobia it's called, but is it agoro? I don't know. Whatever. There's just like a fear of holes. Like too much holes in one spot, I will go crazy. Like I get nauseous. I just don't feel well, right? So I used to just train myself to overcome it. So I ended up just Googling people like, yeah, trectophobia or something like that. So I decided to torture myself and then to just go online to Google and to watch those. And then it's just even thinking about it is so gross, but the algorithm used to jump out of tricks phobia of all these holes. And then the crazy part about the holes is that it's not pimple, right? Pimple is just one and then you pop it done. But yeah, even now, like I feel like goosebumps thinking about it. Whatever. Okay, what? Yeah. And then so it's just like, yeah, crazy. Long story short, it's just there's a lot of parasites, and doctors trying to pull all these parasites out, but there's a bunch of holes. That's it. The end of story. Let's move on. Yeah. Yep. If it's more than one holes, yeah, it makes me very uncomfortable. Yep. Let's stop thinking about it. Let's not talk about it. Let's not go there. What's my birthday? November 17, 1984. When I first met James, he didn't understand, so I Googled it for him. Right? I didn't no, I actually I understand. Okay, another thing is that so from the training of me torturing myself watching all these holes, I starting to realize that if things are making sense, if they have a lot of holes and it makes sense, I feel okay. But if I visually just see a bunch of holes, but I don't know what they are, I will freak out. And that's how what I discover. So if I discover, oh, something had happened, with this thing or certain things has a bunch of holes in it, my logic would be like, oh, they are what it is. They are like that. For instance, speakers, they have like the net that have a bunch of holes in it, but I don't feel fear of it because I know it's a shield of the speaker. And so with that logic, if things that make sense that has a lot of holes, I'm okay with it. But it's the things that don't make sense to me that freak me out. Yeah. So for instance, like what you said, the kitchen sponge is okay. Like now a bunch of things that have a bunch of holes. I don't fear of it anymore. My cat just woke up, so I'm looking at it. So anything now, I'm okay with it. I'm not. I don't really have that fear anymore. Yeah, but in worn out of the sponge, then yeah. No, I'm okay with it because then I know, like you said, it's a sponge, so it's fine for me. It I don't fear it anymore because I can visualize it what it is. I can see it what it is. But it's those pictures that I used to have fear of. What was it? What was this? Lotus. The lotus fruit that has a bunch of holes in it. And but the reason why I was fear of it was because someone decided to Photoshop it on someone else's breast. And so the breast actually have a bunch of holes. So for a long time I was fear of breast just because I would that image would pop in my head. But now I know, oh, it's just this and that combine together, which doesn't really make sense, even though it grosses me out, but I know what it is. So it doesn't make me nauseous or make me grossed out. Yeah. Yeah. So if I can make the connection of what's going on with these, I don't have the fear of it anymore. Is that why you're gay? Good question. Uh no. That could be part of it. I used to have a fear of, I think that's true. I used to have fear of touching girls' boobs. So my previous ex-girlfriends were, whoever's watching right now out there, which I doubt you will watch my channel, um, they all had small boobs because I was fear of touching them. But not because of the image. It was just because I didn't really like touching boobs. But now I don't care. I overcome my fear. Another fear. Um yeah. Why am I gay? I don't know. I was born with it, no? That's what people think. Although I did have homophobia. I used to was it homophobia or self-hatred? Yeah. I think that's more like it. Used to have self-hatred just because I didn't know why I was gay. Researcher says the one theory of the phobia is because a lot of plants and animals that have a lot of holes and patterns are poisonous. So we evolved to hate that. Hmm. That makes sense. A lot of the a lot of the poisonous plants do have a lot of holes. You're right. So good to know. Good to know. But if you choose to believe that, overcome it, Mark. We'll overcome it together. We'll do it like a challenge. Like you, me, and James, all three of us will sit together and we'll watch all these gruesome pictures. And if someone decide to freak out, have to take a shot. Or no, not take a shot. Eat something spicy, like really ghost peppery spicy. I don't know. That would be like a super scary challenge, actually. Uh, if someone Photoshop a lotus root on the penis, would you become straight? Nope, I doubt it. Although maybe in my younger age, maybe only when I was in my younger age, though, because I think the fear developed as when I was younger, but now I am not. I am overcome the fear. Why you didn't want to do that challenge with us? Well, I don't even know if James is down for that. That sounds kind of scary, actually. We're at the 61 questions, y'all. If you had more questions, please ask me. Some questions that I find it on Google's are very weird. Uh, a dog or a cat for a pet? Well, I do have a cat. Although I did used to have a dog, though. No, sorry, not that one. Um, I used to have a Siberian Husky myself. We used to have a Pomeranian, and my sister actually now have a Maltese. I do have a cat. I do feel I love Haydu. So I personally believe that maybe in the future I will have. I used to love corgi until like my neighbor had two corgi who's not well trained, and then they bark like crazy. Then I stopped liking corgis and love my cat more. But I think I'm a more of a cat or dog person. More towards the cat, so I don't really have to walk them all the time, if that makes sense. Marriage soon? No, no. Why would I have marriage during this pandemic? Let me monetize my video first and get some income so I can actually, find someone to get married. What is your favorite social media app? If it's an app, then I think uh, Instagram. Yeah. Social media app, I think my favorite would be, yeah, Instagram. I think I use more Instagram than every other platforms. If it's just the app itself, but I do YouTube content, so YouTube is one of my to go to. No, if I ever have a wedding, I wanted to even post it on my YouTube channel. Wait, that sounds like someone. Oh, yeah, James and Mark. No, no, I actually want to have like a nice wedding if I ever get married. That is the key. If I ever get married. I don't mind invite a lot of guests. I I used to be a party person, so I really enjoy partying with everybody. And I used to host a lot of parties when I was younger. So I enjoy hosting party. Miss, you say hi. You didn't really want to see. Um, would you rather be 8 foot tall or 3 foot tall? Good question. Why such a huge range? I would love to be 8 foot tall for sure. Um, in my defense, I enjoy protecting others. Um, yep. So I like to be taller. Not that I'm not tall per se, but I wish I could be taller. So 8 foot tall would be perfect for me. 3 foot tall is not an ideal height I would like to go. But I don't mind being 8 foot tall and date a 3 foot tall though, if that make any sense. Oh, I love these random questions. These questions are fun. 65. What makes you happier? What makes me happier? Do things that I enjoy doing. Which is content creator. That'd be weird. Of course it would be weird, but I I don't know. I dated much shorter girls before. And I am 5'11". So 5'11", I dated someone who are like 4'8", 4'7". Yeah, 4'7" or 4'8". So there's someone shorter before. It was fine. Would you rather have? Where did you find these questions, Mark? That I 11 toes. Are you talking about 1 foot, or like 2 foot but extra toe? Because if that's the case, I don't mind having an extra toe than cross eyes. Yeah, but if 1 foot has 11 toes, then I would choose cross-eyed instead of 11 toes. Okay, yeah. So I don't mind extra finger or extra whatever. Um, I actually don't even mind cross-eyed. I actually met someone who I found kind of interesting and cute in his way by cross-eyed. So yeah, I don't discriminate. I've seen enough actors who are sexy, handsome, whatever, nice body, but they are not unique. So I don't have too much. So I guess the perfect looks start kind of making me feeling whatever compared to someone who's more interesting that you would take a second look, if you know what I mean. Like I like to find people who are unique in their own way rather than the ideal handsome person. Yeah. What advice would you give a younger you? Oh, this question is so big. What advice would you give a younger you? What advice would you give to younger you, people? Like, please leave in the comments. What advice would you give your younger you? Um, my cat wants to go out. Oh, I got stuck in the room with me. Yeah, you want to go out? You want to go out? Yeah, you're not going out. Uh, Travel more. For my younger you, I would want the person to travel more because I feel if you travel more, you will have more knowledge when it comes to different cultures. So you will understand where people are coming from, and you'll be much stronger if you travel more to see to know how to deal with different situations. Yep, good question. Next, which degree do you think is a waste of time? I think every degree is waste of time. I think school is waste of time. I'm so kidding. Which degree do you think is waste of time? I don't think there's a degree that's waste of time. I think if you want me to say if a degree is waste of time, uh, hmm, I don't know. I really don't know. I find uh, every single education that you have in life is very valuable. So I don't think any degree is waste of time. Yep. Even like being a painter or whatever, you it's not waste of time. Yep. That question was bad. Would you go into future or back in the past? I would love to go into the future, which I think I'm always going into the future. Why? Because okay, well, let me put down this question first because this is the 69th question. Uh, um, I would love to go into the future because I am a person who doesn't really like to look to the back. So I always want to go into the future and see what's up ahead, if that makes any sense. But how far do I want to go into the future? I don't care. Uh, but the question is, would I be able to go to the future but still come back to the present time though? Because if that's the case, that means I will foresee what's coming. But if I change everything in the present time after I see the future, will my future change? That's the question. Because if I can change my future, then I don't mind to see what's up ahead so I can fully prepare for it. If I can change it. If I can't change it, that means all the things that I have seen in the future has been already encrypted in my memory, which will actually be my past once I got into the present day. Does that make sense? We just got so deep with this 69 question. It's like reciprocate. I'm kidding. Bungee jumping or rock climbing? I would love to do bungee jumping. I have never done it. I want to do it, but I don't find a person who want to do it with me. Rock climbing, um, I'm not a fan of it because that actually use your body, you use your strength to climb, and I feel like I don't have a very strong upper strength. So rock climbing is a no way for me already. Uh, whom do you have a crush on to this day? Whom do you have crush on? Who do you have crush on, Mark? Or whoever? Please leave in the comments. Mine is Hugh Jackman. Even till this day, Hugh Jackman is my crush. The end of story. I love what he did in The Greatest Showman. I love him when he was in Wolverine. Um, I think one of the reasons also because I watch uh, Oklahoma, the theater show, not in the theater, but I was watching it on the movie because in school we have to watch the Oklahoma musical theater. So I thought like he was amazing. So throughout the year, I found him very amazing in his acting career and his life and his Instagram posts. So, yep, Hugh Jackman. Uh, these questions are just random, but very stupid. Have you ever made a TikTok video? Yes, I have made a TikTok video. So that's not a question. Um, have you ever tried online trading in shares, bonds, digital currencies? Yes, of course. By the way, Bitcoins, Euphorians, NFTs are huge right now. So I think if someone actually want to do a YouTube channel, focus on NFTs and the Bitcoins and that kind of cryptocurrency stuff, they are booming and they get so much tractions. So if you are thinking about doing something, that might be the way to go. Red pasta or white pasta? Ooh, I actually love both. Uh, I I love the red sauce more than the white sauce. Although I feel like you're talking about Alfredo, right? That kind of white sauce, white pasta. Yes, red sauce is definitely the way to go. Um, I actually enjoy eating tomato raw. So tomato is something, and I don't know if I'm lactose intolerant. Although having too much Alfredo sauce do make me kind of gassy. So yeah, red sauce, red pasta. What would you never do? That question is random. What would you never do? I would never kill a person or a murder a person. There you go. Okay, that question was not random. That question was random, but it was weird. Um, what or who don't you mind spending your money on? Huh? What or who don't you mind spending your money on? I don't mind spending money on my family. Uh, what don't I mind spending money on? Technology equipments that if I need it, I don't mind spending money on. Yep. 75. Oh my god, I got 25 more questions, people. But you don't spend any money. I do spend money. I just don't spend a lot of money. If I really need to do a purchase, I would do it. But I rarely do big purchases. I don't have the income for it. I'm not monetized yet at this point, okay? And I don't think I'm famous enough in Hollywood to actually make money doing things. So, yeah, actually, if you guys are hiring, please let me know. I'm seeking for a job. What is your zodiac sign? Okay, well, that was a simple question. Scorpio. Oh, if we have to make it complicated, my sun sign is Scorpio, my moon sign is Virgo, my ascending star is Capricorn, and my Venus is Capricorn. So that made me a very muddy water because my other specific signs on Earth. So my water is little, so that kind of becomes like a mud, if that makes any sense. Um, do you believe in force of karma? Yes, I do believe in karma. Huge believer of karma. Uh, yes, I'm almost done. Just wait for a little bit longer. Almost, I almost. She doesn't want to see us, but she's like telling me to open the door and to get out of the room. She's like, "Oh my god, this room is too bright." Right? Um, what will you be remembered for in your life? What will you be remembered for in your life? Oh, what will you be remembered for in your life? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what people should remember me as, but you can remember me as Choo Choo. Um, I don't know, but if I wanted to be remembered for, I want people to remember me for as being fearless as much as possible. Uh, because that's kind of the things I love to go for is that I want to always challenge myself if I can. I'm going to pick her up. I know she's not gonna like it. Oh no, she ran away. Um, so I would love people to remember me as someone who is fearless. It can be a black and white chubby butt scene. Yeah, you wish. that that clip will be like in my grave. Although I do have it. Um it will probably be something like I got so famous and then this video will just leak out and people will watch it and like hunt me down with it. And then they ended up like give me a Oscar because I was such an amazing performer in there. I'm kidding. But um if you pay me well, maybe I don't mind doing a nudity scene. Just saying. I don't know. If someone asked me, will you do a nudity scene? Will you? Will you do a nudity scene? Randomly? No. But if it's doing for a good cause of something that I think it will benefit my career, I will do it. Yeah. Oh, I actually also did a scene. Remember, I was telling you about the scene that I was making out from the outdoor to the indoor. That scene, I was also in my underwear. So I guess, yeah, I wasn't nude. Like it wasn't. I did not. It wasn't nudity or anything, but I was just in my underwear. Yeah. So I don't mind doing it. I don't mind showing my fat body, like chubby body, running around, whatever. But I think if you have to be like a full frontal nudity, it would probably be if it will benefit my career. Yep. Hope that answers. 78. I got 11, 12 more, 22 more. What? I can't think. Okay, I can't do math. One thing that I hate the most in life is math. There you go. You know why I don't spend money? Because I can't count money. So I feel like if I'm spending, I feel like I'm spending a lot more. Oh, this is fun. The question, what is the weirdest thing in your fridge right now? Hmm, black sesame sauce? That's the weirdest thing I have in my fridge right now. Yep, black sesame sauce. But it's the sauce itself, it has no added flavor. It was literally just black sesame that was grinded into like a sauce. Black sesame sauce. Yep. Oh, what is your best credit score ever? What is your best credit score ever? I think 780. That was my best. I don't know why it is now, but yeah, 780 was my best. That was a really random question. What was my credit score? Uh, what are some of the things you when no one is what? Okay, this question did not complete. Uh, what is the weirdest? What is the weirdest things you have done in a hotel? Uh, weirdest thing in a hotel. Oh, there's so many weird things that happened in Vegas. Um, what is the weirdest things that I have done in a hotel? Oh yeah, I sleep in the tub, but I I was drunk. I slept in tub and I filled with warm water, but I got really cold. So okay, so the whole thing is that I was really drunk, so I was really cold because I was just in the tub, taking sitting in a hot bath, but I felt really cold, so I decided to just grab a blanket from the room and put it over my wet body. Like the tub is still filled with water, so I soak the whole entire blanket into the water and also grab the pillow to actually sleep on in the tub. Yeah. Yeah, that's the weirdest thing I've done in the hotel. When I was drunk though, for sure. Um oh, this is a good question. What personality traits can't you stand? Mm, what personality traits can't you stand? I cannot stand um I cannot stand when people lie. No. I don't mind people lie. I cannot stand when people are lying when they are being so obvious that they're lying. If that makes sense. Like I don't mind you lie, but don't let me find out. Which I'm a very good lying detector. But if you let me find out, then I hate it. So I don't like liars are not being very smart in a way that I don't really like personality traits that I can stand when someone's being dumb. How about that? That's simple, plain simple, easy. Yes. Personality traits, dumb. Or someone's just way too who's not thinking things through. Even though I don't really think throughs myself, but I don't think if someone who's worse than me, then there's a problem. There you go. Um, what is your worst nightmare? Oh, I think I answered that, so I'm not going to. What is your favorite quote? What is your favorite quote? Huh. We're all connected. I don't know. I forgot who said it, but this this line that somehow, yeah, someone said it. I forgot whoever said it, but we are all connected. I think this line, this quote, is what I live by, and this is what I believe, and this is what I. They're one of my favorite. Yep, one of my favorite quote is "We are all connected." I think everyone says it all the time, but I'm sure someone said it and then someone started using it. We're almost there. 84. What was the last thing you fixed? Good question. What was the last thing you fixed? Uh, I fixed a lot of things actually. I fixed a lot of things. Oh, the last thing I fixed was my tooth, a water pick. Is that what it called? Yeah, water pick. And then the handle of the water pick was, since it was like cheap plastic, so it fell off. So I used an instant glue to just glue them on. And another thing was my selfie tripod. It was like fidgeting, so I have to glue it down in order for it to like stand still. Yep, something like that. I fixed those two things in one day, so I remember that. Savories or sweets? I do have a sweet tooth, but I also in love with savories. Like, I always believe I have to eat salty, savory food before I eat sweets. So, but I love the sweets. That's like cherry on top. But if you just tell me to just eat sweets for breakfast, I would I wouldn't want to do it. So, ooh, hard. Um, savory, savory, because I can give up sweet, but I cannot give up savory. Yep. But yep. Mm. Even when I was on keto, I was eating some keto snacks that are sweet. But I think I can definitely give up sweets more than savory. There you go. What experience makes you anxious? What experiences make you anxious? I think what things makes me anxious is uh when I cannot hold on, when I cannot control the situation. That's when it makes me anxious. Especially when it comes to big crowds, when um when I have to when I don't know what my task is. That's when I am anxious. Like, I can crowd control, But if there's no guidance of what to do, and people start asking me questions that I don't know how to answer, that what makes me anxious. I love roller coaster. I used to have annual pass of yeah, I used to have annual pass at the Magic Mountain, Six Flags. And my favorite is the Drop of Doom. I really enjoy that. I can go on there so many times. The Drop of Doom is what, 30 stories high and then just drop instantly. Oh, love that. So good. Um I do find the loops nowadays, maybe because I'm getting older or whatever, I start getting dizzy. But the drop, oh, I love it. I love the drop. So that's why I would say, like, I would choose bungee jumping over rock climbing. 88. I'm at 88. If you have any questions, please ask and fire away. Okay. I'm more than happy to keep answer all your questions. You got 22 more to ask. And thank you, Mark, for being here and being a good sport to ask all these questions. Let's see. If you could invent one thing, what would it be? Invent one thing. What would it be? Nope, that's not it. I was trying to copy it, but I couldn't. If I would invent one thing, what would it be? I don't know. If I would disinvent one thing, Bitcoin, because I don't understand it. And I feel like because everyone's talking about it and I don't understand it, I feel so annoyed. So I would love to disinvent that thing. Like I would wish Bitcoin doesn't exist. Although I try to understand it and I'm trying to getting into it, but as of now, I don't understand it. I don't want it to be like in the center of attention, and I feel like I'm so outdated. So I would like to disinvent that. There you go. Um, oh, this question was cute. What did you want to be when you were small? Like when I was young, maybe. I wanted to become a doctor. I wanted to marry a Caucasian woman. That was when I was young, though. I was really young, and I really want to married with Caucasian because I felt like I really want blue eyes. Little do you know, once I took biology as a doctor, I realized that marrying a Caucasian would never get blue eyes from my genes because I was never had any blue eye traits. Therefore, I never get someone with blue eyes, baby. So that's why I don't want baby anymore. I don't want women anymore. I don't want to be a doctor anymore. There you go. But when I was younger, that's something that I really wanted to do. There you go. And just like throw my whole life away. Would you live in a tiny home? Define tiny. Define tiny though. Uh like I don't mind small home. I don't I believe enough is enough. So a house was just 2 bedroom or like a 1 bedroom, a 1 living room, a kitchen Like even a studio is fine with me. I can live anywhere. I personally don't mind living anywhere. So yeah, I don't mind tiny homes. Yeah, I personally don't care about space that much, just because I had a history of living in a huge house, and I actually didn't like it. So I don't mind tiny home. I used to live in a huge house, so don't like tiny home at all. We're at the question 90. Yeah. Have you ever had a nickname? What was it? Well, yeah, I have tons of nicknames. Tom Choo Choo right now. Tom Choo Choo was given by my music teacher who was trying to make fun of me. Um, he was like, Tom Choo, Choo. And then he did that choo choo thing. So that was kind of funny. So even though he was white and people found it very offensive, I found it kind of funny. So I kept it. Um, Tom Chow in Chinese, it it sounds like tang jiao, which is soup dumpling. So when I was in high school, a lot of people call me soup dumpling, like tang jiao, like Tom Chow. So tang jiao is one of my nicknames that I had when I was in high school, and I looked like a soup dumpling. I was really chubby. So there you go. Um, this question is like from Single Inferno. How would your friends describe you? I would love. Okay, so I don't know what people would how they describe me. Please leave in the comments how you would describe me as a friend. But I believe that I am loyal because I do have friends that have been knowing each other for almost 20 years. Still now, I know them and still keep in touch with them. So loyalty is one thing. Um, what else would my friend describe me? Go getter. Fear. It's on that line of fearless, right? Go getter. I am a person like would tell people to do things. Do things. I am a doer, not a talker. Um, even though my cat is like talking nonstop. Yeah. Try to pick her up. She just wouldn't budge. Okay. What else? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think. 92 people. This live stream has been on 2 hours and 30 minutes. We can finish it in 3 hours. That almost felt like I have been doing a whole instance on World of Warcraft. That's how much I felt about this about this live stream right now. But thank you all for being here. You guys, the watch hours are so precious for me at this point. So thank you. Beach or mountain? Honestly, I like beach more because I hate mosquitoes. Like I hate mosquito to a point that if I see a mosquito and I did not kill it on an instant, I would freak out. I literally would like start feeling very uncomfortable in the room because I always have like mosquito loves me. So every time when I see it, it's an instant kill. There's no way. Yeah, it's an instant kill. It's a fear. It's not a fear. It's just I get irritated when I see mosquitoes. So I have to kill it right away, no matter what. Even though it's not like biting me or anything, I see it, I killed it. So yeah, I don't think beach has that much problem. So it's more of a mountain thing. But I don't know. I don't go to beach that often, so I don't think. When I was actually living in Irvine, I used to go to Newport Beach, but not too much and not too often, just because I got lazy. I thought I was going to go there more when I was living in Irvine, but I realized, oh, that's actually a far drive too, so ended up not really going much. Um, yeah, did you guys hear my cat meowing? I'm almost done. It's already at the 93rd, like 93 questions. Be patient. See, when you say impatient, I think my cat is more impatient. Um, on a scale of 1 to 10, how funny would you say you are? Um, 3? Yeah, that was a question. What is the one thing that you will never do again? What is the one thing you will never do again? Drugs. Um, I'm I actually don't have a problem. I don't have an addiction. I think that's what I was trying to say. I don't have an addiction, so therefore, I usually can try once, and if I don't like it, I don't addict to it. That happened with also when I was smoking. I was like a chain smoker. I smoked a lot for a long time, but all of a sudden, once I quit, I just quit cold turkey, and I didn't really have any addiction to want to go back anymore. So yeah, drugs is the one thing that I tried it once, and then I'd be like, okay, well, I'm good with it. I'm done with it. I don't really want to do it. So there you go. As an actor, though, that's very important because sometimes you need that experience to know how that feel. Once you know how that feel, you remember how that feels, and there you go. And then when you actually want to use that, then you take yourself out and then to become that. So I just need that one try, and that's it. There you go. 5 more questions. If you have any questions, please ask away. 5 more. Last five. Last five. Thank you for being with us. Uh, us by me, Mark and I, and whoever that's out there. Um, do you think that alien exist? Okay, this is very random. I do think alien exist, but would I ever see one? I don't know. I hope so. Uh, would it be crazy to see one? Would I freak out? I don't know. Depends on how aliens, what they will want to do with me. So, yeah, I don't mind seeing aliens or things I don't understand because I will want to figure it out, right? So, yeah, I do believe aliens. I mean, sometimes I can see ghosts. So, something that is very foreign to people. So, there you go. And my cat keep meowing because she's like, hurry up. 5 more, 4 more questions. Um, I was gonna pick her up. When did something start out badly for you, but in the end it was great? Ooh, this question is weird. When did something start out badly for you, but in the end it was great? It feels like every workout or every exercise that I do, in the end I felt better. but when I was doing it, it always turned out badly because I'm so out of shape. Okay, well, that was a good question. um, what was the best thing you can cook? Hmm, best thing I can cook. I cook a lot at home actually. So I cook a lot at home. Usually, I can just follow a recipe and then I can come up with the dish. Because when I was younger, I was also bake. So, like once I know what ingredients to put in there, they usually make sense. So it wasn't really hard for me to make. One of my favorite dish to make. Hmm, best thing I can cook. I can cook a lot of things. Beef stew noodle soup. How about that? Beef stew noodle soup with instant pot. It was much easier. Now they come up with the instant pot. It's so easy to cook the beef stew noodle. Um, the only thing I don't think I can cook well, it's um, like very, very nice steak because I just don't have the sous vide for it, right? So I don't really know. Sometimes I overcooked it. Sometimes I just don't think I cooked enough. So steak is something that I'm still trying because it really depends on how big the steak or how thick the steak is, right? So still something that's really hard for me, and I don't eat enough for it. So I don't cook enough for it, so I don't really know. But if you comes on with beef stew noodle soup, I think that's something I can cook really well. There you go. That's the 97th question. Three more. Although I do want to, like, every time I see James and Mark and they cook, they always like cook some amazing and fun stuff that I also want to like cook. But I feel like it's so hard to do like a cooking show though. Like I always give you props for it because the setup, the finishing, the things that you have to deal with, life is just too much. I did some like keto cooking recipes. I'm like, oh my god, the lights are not right, the angle is not right. I don't know what to do, blah blah blah. And I don't like to remake when I'm already in the process. So I usually just be like, oh, you know what? Forget it. Let's film the next one. So are you a morning or a night person? I used to be a night person, but now I think I'm more of a morning person. Uh, I I define night person. Does that mean night as are you going to be really late? Like I feel like sometimes I would sleep at 2 o'clock, but I will wake up at 8, 9 o'clock. So I think I'm also a morning person, also a night person. I just don't sleep much. How about that? Um, but usually, if that happens within 10 days, I will have one day that I'll just sleep in, like on a weekend till like 2 p.m. And then I would store up all my sleeping hours. But yeah. Maybe when Sandy Cheeks is around to like doing a cooking show, I don't know because now we have been doing cooking in my room. So I don't want my room to be like very smoky. Okay, so that's another thing. I have lights fixtures that's already installed. No, it's not installed, but I don't want to move them while I'm doing live stream, right? So in order to move everything to the dining room takes a lot of time to get it set up, to just film a live and then to do everything. Like it's just too much. I used to do mukbang just because I felt like, oh, I can just eat it and film it and then just edit it down and then I can present to you. And then now I'm doing like food channels that I have to cut into different angles and just like, oh, I feel that YouTube has been too much for me now. But it it also pays off, right? Like if it's just a one still shot constantly without nothing, it's going to be boring. But if you have multiple angles, like how I'm doing now with my videos, it become more fun. If I put music behind it, it's interesting somehow. So it all pays off. It's just I feel like it's too much work, and that's why I ended up asking Leeway to help. And he's doing a wonderful job. So because Leeway is going to also edit this 3 hours long video. So I got to keep saying good things about him, okay? So if you guys want to, check out his video, he is Brazilian, by the way, but he speaks English. So if you want to check out his content, he's a gamer. So he play different kind of games and he talk about the games and everything like that. That's how I kind of know him. And because I was also doing gaming live stream. So definitely check it out. Okay, two more questions. Where do you get most of the decorations for your room? The most decoration I got in my room is all the chocolate bars in my background, as you can see. If you want to check out other side of my walls, they are all empties because I always like to keep my wall kind of empty. It's just because the sunproof. That's why I actually have only those as my decoration. The end. That's it. Um, show us your room. I can show you actually. There's not that much things to look at. Okay, hold on. Since we're towards the end of it, okay. My cat sleep there. There's a laptop that literally have a light over it. It's a feng shui thing, okay? So don't freak out. But it's playing video in the background. I don't think it's playing my video. It is not playing my video. What the hell? Usually I have my iPad or whatever playing my video so I can get some more watch hour. I don't even know if that's even legal or not even gonna work, but I play them sometimes. I put okay, you guys going to see like me being crazy. I put those yoga blocks on there. I never used them, but I got them from Five Below, so it was only $5 each. They are preventing my cat to actually go on there to my keyboard, and that's what happened. As you can see, that's my bed over there. There's nothing really you can see over there. This is my drawer. So I put my clothes in there. And I do have Winnie the Pooh. I don't know if I can. It's really hard for me to show you here, but okay. Oops. Let me see. Okay, I got it out. But because this is connected to a wire, so I need to be careful. But I don't know how to show you because the wire is it's not too long. Let me see. You guys are asking me to do a lot of weird stuff, but it's okay. Let's see. So that's my door outside. You can see some more chocolate bars on the wall. This is my shelf. I put like manga in there. Car Against Humanity, my photo albums. Maybe next time I can show you my photo album of my fat cheeks. And what else is there? That's it. My other side of the wall also is like soundproof, right? So my other side of the wall, you guys see it? It's so you see the microphone, you see the ring light, you see that's it. My room is actually tiny. So when Mark was asking me about like, oh, do you want a tiny room? I'm like, I don't care. I don't mind it. I actually enjoy a tiny room like this. There you go. I hope I didn't make you too dizzy, but sound square. Yeah, I do have them. I got it from AliExpress. They were much cheaper shipping from China before the pandemic, so that's how I got them. It was, I think it was $45 only with all this crazy. Because when you actually order here on Amazon, it's very expensive. But when I was ordering in China, it was way expensive, way cheaper, like much cheaper. So I got so many of them for just about $45. Yeah, and then they have pretty good quality. So are they for YouTube or something else? They are actually for my YouTube. So I always have my background, right? I always my background is just too plain. So people were telling me like, "Oh, I should do something with my background," and but I didn't know what to do with my background. But I also feel like if I'm doing in the room, my roommate is going to feel like, "Oh, I'm too loud or anything." So I feel like if I have a soundproof wall, that would be helpful, so I don't interrupt others. Also, I don't want the sound coming in too. So that's how my whole concept of getting the soundproof wall, the soundproof foams, and yeah. Does it work? I don't really think so. I think the sound's still coming in, so it kind of just become like a decoration. Yep. We're at a 100 question, people. So fire away. So I'll ask you guys, like, ask me a question. Last question. 100 random question will be over once you ask this question. So choose wisely. What's the first thing you're gonna do when you end this long life? That was the most amazing question. Thank you, Mark. There's are plenty of things I'm going to do that I will list it out for you since this is the last question. First of all, I will let my cat out of my room. So I'm going to open the door. I'm going to end this stream and I'm going to upload this video to Leeway so you can see it at the first thing in the morning. Then I am going to shut everything off and take a shower. Yep. Yay! 100 questions done, people. I'm so happy that you are being with me live for almost 3 hours. We're at the almost 5 minutes mark before the 3 hours. Whew. Yeah, no kidding. This feels like a damn World of Warcraft instance of 3 hours. And talking for 3 hours is so long. Just, I know I used to have a raid leader who's doing World of Warcraft, and we would raid for 3 hours, and he literally would not stop talking. I don't know how he does that. I mean, I am doing it and I'm killing myself. And I feel like he's literally doing it every single day. And I'm like, oh my God, how can you lead a raid, constantly talking nonstop? Even like a host like me, that I can do like on-site hosting, I don't think I can talk like 3 hours nonstop. Even now, I'm talking 3 hours nonstop. I'm killing myself doing that. How can you do it? Like, I feel like once I go back to World of Warcraft, let me tell you, I'm going to blast this one day. If I ever going to raid with him again, I'm going to have you guys hear them talking nonstop for 3 hours. And now, since the raid has become a little bit harder, I think they're going to talk like nonstop for 4 hours straight. And then you'd be like, oh my God, when are they going to shut up? It's almost like how you feel like right now. I'm trying to fill in that 4 more minutes. And then you'd be like, oh my God, shut up already. But it was great hanging out with you, Mark and James. And also thank you, Jason, and whoever that's also still here. Thank you so much for watching this YouTube live. I'm going to leave it on here. You can watch it again and play in your background so I can get more watch hours. Otherwise, thank you and good night. And be safe out there. And like what Dr. Mike always says, be cautious, not anxious, because it's crazy out there during this pandemic. So, bye bye. Good night. I'm out. And Cat is out. Yep. Bye.